My name is Mike. What I'm telling you happened 2 years ago. Out of the blue, my wife said, "I want to go on a vacation." This one sentence would later become a much bigger issue that would shake up our entire family. I couldn't even imagine it at the time. My wife's name is Kate. We got married 5 years ago and had a son and a daughter. I was so busy raising our child that I certainly didn't get to travel as much as I would have liked. Unexpectedly one day, my wife said, "Come on, I want to go on vacation." "Yes, but we have a kid we have to keep an eye on." I said, "How about we just relax at home? This is the only time I can do this." "If we can't even take a vacation together, we might as well get a divorce," she insisted with such an overwhelming force. I had no choice but to talk to my parents. They agreed to come along as babysitters. To be honest, my parents might have wanted to go on a trip. I couldn't deny that. Anyway, it would be a little easier if my parents would come with us. But then my wife said, "Why don't my friends, another couple, come along too?" My wife's friends were people I knew well, so that wasn't the problem. But somehow, by casually agreeing, we ended up adding our parents, my wife's friends, and their parents to the family trip. Such a difficult situation. We're all very close family friends. The big group was like a school trip. It's not that bad, but it was my responsibility to book rooms at the destination. Finding a hotel with enough rooms available for the number of people on the trip was quite difficult. We ended up with 10 adults and 4 children, for a total of 14 people on the trip. It was a lot of fun being on the road. The 5 of us with licenses took turns driving. In the car were a bunch of nice adults who were as excited as though they were kids again. I've never laughed so hard at a game of I Spy. It may have been the first time in my life, but I was actually feeling a little uncomfortable at the time. I don't know what it is, and I don't know when it happened, but my wife and wife's friend husband, Kent, were strangely close. She was so lovey-dovey with him that I wondered whose wife she really was. It was my wife's friend, Emma, of all people, who was first to speak up about the strange situation. "Hey, why do you guys keep sticking together?" "What? Really?" "I don't think that's true." "No, you two seem strangely close. Don't you think so, Mike?" "Well, to be honest." "Hey, Emma, why are you getting so worked up?" "I'm not. If you guys want to flirt so much, then go ahead and do as you please." "So you're giving me permission? Fine, then I'll flirt without hesitation." "Hey, let's just forget about it." My wife and her friend's husband were so caught up in the moment they didn't even notice. At that time, all the adults except for those 2 fools and the children recognized the huge negative energy coming from Emma. My father, who was driving the car, saw Emma's face in the rear view mirror. He shouted behind him, "Come on, settle down, you guys." I told them, "If you guys keep sticking together, Emma will be in a bad mood." Oh dear, and Mike is as tense as ever too. Let's just try to enjoy the trip. Yes, Mike's killing the mood as well. No, it's not my fault. You guys are making Emma feel uncomfortable, that's why. Even the children, who are 3 to 5 years old, can sense that Emma's mood is affected. Why can't you 40-somethings read the air and just be quiet? I'm just saying, I don't understand it. The tense mood continued until we arrived at the hotel. Even though everyone was rowdy earlier, the atmosphere now seemed like a funeral. Even in this situation, my wife and her friend's husband were still being lovey-dovey, flirting away. I'm not jealous or anything. The inability to read the room really ticked me off. Even though the atmosphere was bad, I thought going to the pool might make it disappear and lighten up the mood. After putting my luggage in the room, I immediately proposed going to the hotel pool. Everyone was surprisingly in the mood to go, which was a bit of a relief. We played in the pool for a while I was giving the children juices to drink. My wife and her friend's husband were whispering at the entrance of their restroom away from the pool. When I looked where they were pointing at, there was a sign that said, "Private beach ahead." As it turns out, this hotel also has a private beach, and it was possible to get there from the restroom. But recently, I think it's written in the hotel guide that you are required to wear a swimsuit, even on the private beach. This is because of recent happenings that went against public order and morality or something. "Hey, do you want to come back here later?" "Let's do it." "I'm sure we can sneak off our swimsuits in the middle of the night." "Sure, I'm sure there won't be anyone here at night. I guess it'll just be you and me on the beach." What the hell are they talking about? don't tell me the two of them were planning to go to a private beach together? No, my wife would never do this with a friend's husband. I knew they had that kind of relationship. I almost let out a gasp, because before I knew it, Emma was standing right behind me. Seriously, unforgivable. The look on her face was the same demonic look she had in the car. Mike, you're going to have to help me take those two down. Do you blame me for it? No, I don't blame you. Mike, I'm sure you must know that my husband Kent and your wife Kate are having an affair. Yeah, I figured that's what's going on. After talking to Emma, it seems that it was my wife who had invited them to this family trip. At the time, Emma declined the invitation out of consideration, but my wife and Emma's husband kept insisting. Emma finally reluctantly agreed. In other words, for my wife and Kent, their main goal was to enjoy the trip together, and everything else was just to camouflage the affair. Were they trying to hide the tree within the forest? Was it just a thrill for them, not knowing when they'd get caught? I'm just a normal person, so I don't know. All right, let's expose this scene of infidelity so that they can't make up any excuses. It's not good to confront them about it here and now, or else it will just end up with them just making excuses. That's true. Even if we confront them about the infidelity without any real proof. I don't know either, but it's the only way. In that case, there's no way to avoid involving our parents. Yeah, so that they can reflect properly on what they did, let's make it the biggest deal possible. After that, everyone went to have a barbecue together. Although it was a big party with lots of drinking and singing, Emma and I pretended to drink while not really getting drunk. I was monitoring my wife's and Kent's actions, and then, when everyone returned to their rooms after it was getting late, the moment finally arrived. Has Kate left the room? Yeah, she should be in the pool's restroom area by now. I saw her walking away with your husband. Hey, Mike, what are you saying at this hour? I'm tired. What is it? Is it 3 o'clock in the morning? I'm tired from all the traveling today. Let me sleep. Come on, please bear with me a little longer. You can sleep for as long as you like when we're done. What do you mean? Emma, what's going on? Anyway, just follow us, okay? Kate and Kent should be down the hallway. I don't see Kate, but the pool is just up ahead. I have a bad feeling about this. We all lined up in a row and walked down the hallway towards the pool. After passing the pool, we arrived in front of the rest area. The private beach just up ahead sign was in front. There was a small space that appeared to be a changing room. Look, this is Kate's underwear. I wonder if that's Kent's. I just knew those two were on a private beach just ahead. Wait a minute. The sounds of a man and woman moaning, tumbling in the water could be heard. Hey, that's Kate's voice. That son of a bitch. He betrayed my Emma. I won't allow it. Let me take care of it now. Before we get to that, let's collect some clothes here. I managed to claim the bloodthirsty parents and retrieve the strewn underwear and clothing. They were probably on a private beach having a go at each other. After making sure they could not escape, we conspired another raid. Who's going first? I'll go first. I think we should let Mike and Emma take the lead here. We'll hold them off so they don't get away. I suggest you take this opportunity to give those idiots a good beating. I understand. Well, then Emma, let's get right into it. Yes. Let's do it. We opened the door to the changing room and stepped right out onto the private beach. My wife and her friends' husbands were right in the act. When they noticed us, their jaws dropped to the ground. They were so surprised that they couldn't speak. Oh my goodness, I'm so sorry to interrupt your fun. You must be drunk. Get back to sleep. I've been drinking non-alcoholic beverages all night. We looked drunk, but it was all an act. An act? Emma, calm down. This is not what you think. Oh, what should I think? You two were having so much fun. I knew you two had a thing for each other. Then the two of them gradually started to distance themselves from us. Kate, this can't go on like this. Let's escape now from here and make plans for the future somewhere else where we can all calm down. I understand. It seems like they were whispering something to each other. Nonetheless, both Emma and I were calm. After all, we had their clothes in our hands. Let's run to the dressing room. Take your clothes and run outside of the hotel. Until we get there, let's scatter in different directions. Be careful not to get caught by Mike and the others. With a bang, Kent reached the changing room first and hurriedly opened the door to the changing room. But what awaited him outside was their parents. My wife and Kent looked stunned. Hey, where are you two running off to? Dad!
Kate, what is the meaning of this?
Come, sit down right now. Tell us how things ended up here. How dare you humiliate us? Don't think you're going to get away with this scot-free. With this, my wife and Kent are finished. All that's left is to question them. I let out a sigh of relief.
Wait, Kent, don't leave me.
Wait a damn minute, you. To my surprise, Kent ran out of the changing room completely naked. He ran towards the main hotel building. Even though it was 3 a.m., there would have at least been a hotel staff. If he were to run into someone like that, it would cause quite a commotion. Hey, what are we gonna do? I have their clothes. Let's just go after them. If we don't go after them, we're going to be in trouble. Damn, that stupid girl. But it was already too late. The moment we turned around to chase the streakers,
ah!
A deafening scream echoed from the main building. As we rushed to the main building, we heard the housekeeper scream. Other guests and hotel workers were surrounding the two idiots, who were fumbling around as if they had just been born.
Pervert! Go get the police, quick! Even a pervert!
No, we're not perverts. What are you saying? You're completely naked. Clearly, not a pervert at all. Please, no cameras. Please don't post that picture on social media. The concerned family finally arrived. No, this is not good. I was one step too late.
Oh my god, they think we're like them. Let's pretend we're also just onlookers.
Yeah, that's right. Remember, let's not let them think we're part of the group.
Why are you looking from so far back? Explain to these people what's going on now.
Shh, don't make eye contact. Don't ever respond. Come here, the police are coming.
Emma, Dad, Mom, somebody help me.
Afterwards, my wife and Kent were thrown out of the hotel and had to stay at the police station. The rest of us fully enjoyed our 3-day, 4-night trip together, and on the last day, we went to pick up the two fools, and on the way back, we went to the courthouse to file for divorce. We demanded several $1,000s in compensation from my wife and Kent, as well as separate money for child support. This was something I found out later. The other guests had taken photos of the incident and uploaded it to social media. As for how things turned out with our families, we cut ties with them, but maintained relationships with everyone else. We're still good friends. Actually, after that, my wife's friend Emma and I grew closer as we discussed our children, and now we're like a couple who's married, all but in name. Before, we were both traumatized by being betrayed by our partners, and we didn't get married, but recently we've been talking about it, and other things like that. My wife and my wife's friend's husband were truly terrible people. I'm grateful that they were the ones who brought Emma and I together and made it possible for us to be together.
So, how was it? A trip involving a grand affair and the entire family. If no one was going to benefit from it, perhaps it would have been better to take a different path since the beginning. I look forward to your comments. If you like this story, please click on the like button. Please subscribe to our channel. Thank you for watching.